Good morning, everybody. It's Mike. Thanks for jumping on here with me this morning. We're closing in on just 100 days left in 2022. And I'm just wondering this week, what if you could completely change your life in the next 100 days? In whatever way you think it needs to be changed. And I think all of us, right? All of us have some ways in which we think life could be improved. What if you could actually start saving money every month? What would that feel like? You actually had more income than you had expenses. What would that feel like? What if your health improved and you could start enjoying and feeling better every day? What if 100 days from now, your personal relationships were stronger and more connected? What would that be like? What if you're able to celebrate a very special Christmas season with your family? What if you're able to put your addictions behind you? Oh, for some of us, that's a big one. What if you're able to put your addictions behind you? What if you had a deeper relationship with God and a stronger faith? What would that be like? And what if you actually started to feel stronger, happier, and more confident each day? If you could accomplish some or all of these goals in the next 100 days, if you could, would you take the steps necessary to do so? Would you? If you would, then I want to invite you to join me in this 100-day challenge. And to meet the challenge and to change our lives, we need to change our habits. That's it. We just need to change our habits. You know, James Clear in his book, Atomic Habits, said a couple things which I found very impactful. The first thing was, winners and losers have the same goals. Think about that for a minute. Winners and losers have the same goals. You know, look at the Atlanta Falcons. What do you think their goal is? To win a championship? Yeah. Are they going to? No, and we all know they're not. But they have the same goals as other teams which do compete successfully every year to reach that goal. Their goals are all the same. What's different? What's different is their habits. Mr. Clear also says this in his book, change your habits, change your life. So each day for the next 100 days, we're going to focus on the habits that will take us from where we are to where we want to be. Are you with me on this? Are you willing to participate? Are you willing to give it a try? Are you committed? Well, yesterday we started and I gave you the first two things to work on. Number one was obtain Mr. Clear's book, Atomic Habits. You can read it, you can listen to it. Those of you that already have, let's do it again, because there's always something in the second read that I missed the first time through, right? So did you do that yesterday? Or are you already resistant to change? And the second one was, we talked about this, being in bed by 10 o'clock last night. Did you accomplish that? How did that go for you? Well, I've already had somebody say this to me today. Mike, I did go to bed by 10, but I just wasn't tired yet and I wasn't ready to go to sleep, so I just laid there forever and ever. Hey, developing a habit doesn't happen the first day. This is supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be a struggle. That's why average and mediocre people aren't going to do it, because they don't enjoy the struggle. Highly successful people simply do what weak, mediocre people are unwilling to do. That's the difference. If you ever wonder why some people achieve outrageous levels of success and other people, seemingly as bright as the successful people are, don't. Well, there's no mystery. Successful people simply do what weak, mediocre, average people are unwilling to do. That's it. There's no great mystery to this. So how'd you do the first day? And if you weren't successful, that's okay. Are you ready to recommit today? The first day was get, obtain, and start reading or listening to the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. The second one from yesterday was hit the bed by 10 o'clock at night. And that leads us into today. Okay, so tonight you're going to hit the bed before 10 o'clock. Okay, so that tomorrow our third habit is you'll get up, your feet will hit the floor by 5 a.m. Now go ahead, everybody with me now, just do a big collective, 5 o'clock, that's so early. Hey, snowflake, successful people simply do what weak, mediocre, average people are unwilling to do. Average, mediocre people don't like getting up early. That's why they're weak and average. And they're not destined to accomplish much in their life because they're not using their time effectively. So, starting tomorrow morning, your feet are on the floor. You are out of bed by 5 a.m. The next one is going to, well, you know what? All of these are going to be a process. And because you failed yesterday doesn't mean you're a loser and you're doomed to failure. It means you get a do-over. You're going to try harder today. That's what it means. This is supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be a struggle. I know when I wrote this out to share with you that it was going to be hard for most people. And that most people won't do this. And that's why they're called most people. Well, what I'm really searching for is who's committed? Who's the unusual? Who's the exceptional? Who's the rare bird here who really does want to change their life in the next 100 days? We're going to find out. Because my fourth habit to start changing is for the next 100 days, now, I didn't say the rest of your life, but for the next 100 days, let's dive into those addictions. It could be alcohol. No alcohol for the next 100 days. Well, you can't do without it. You can't not have a drink for 100 days. If that's true, if you can't go 100 days without taking a drink, I contend you have a problem. And we need to find you some professional help. I want you to come sit and talk to me about it today and tell me your struggle. It's okay. We all have struggles. We're going to talk about no alcohol for the next 100 days. Maybe that's not you. Maybe yours is drugs. Maybe yours is gambling. Maybe yours is pornography. Maybe yours, you know the top 2 addictions on the planet right now? Number 1 is pornography. Number 2 is gambling. Drugs and alcohol have slipped down the list. I don't think that drugs and alcohol are less prevalent than they were before. I think pornography and gambling has become much more prevalent in our society now. Whatever your addiction is, whatever it is, come on, let's tackle that. Didn't say you couldn't have a glass of wine the rest of your life. I said, for 100 days. Why? To prove I don't have a problem. If you don't have a problem, then not having a drink for the next 100 days shouldn't be a very big deal, right? Right. If it is a very big deal, we need to talk. Let's get you the help that you need. But I don't want to do that. Then how do you expect things to change in your life? I don't want to go to bed by 10 o'clock. I don't want to get up by 5 a.m. I don't want to read this book because I know it's going to tell me other things that I don't want to do. And I don't want to. And for you, I say, that's fine. You just stay right where you are. I'm not looking for you this morning. I'm looking for the rare bird, the one that's saying, enough is enough. If I always do what I've always been doing, then I'm always going to get what I've always got. And I say, that's right. Here's your challenge today. Maybe the way you've been going about it isn't the most empowering way. No matter how smart, bright, charming, whatever you think you are, if you're so special, then show me your results. If you're so special, then show me the results. If you don't have results that you're really proud of, maybe some things need to change in your daily habits. For today, we're going to go to bed by 10 o'clock tonight. We're going to start the process of reading or listening to Atomic Habits. We're going to cut out our addictions for 100 days. We're just not going to have a drink or whatever it is for you for the next 100 days. And tomorrow morning, our feet are on the floor by 5 o'clock. Hard? Hell yeah, it's hard. That's why weak-ass people don't do it. But if you're committed, if you want to change something in your life, it's a good place to start. And let's go out there and let's make that happen for ourselves today.